I cannot believe what I just saw at the end of the Conor McGregor versus Dennis Seaver fight. Conor McGregor climbing the cage and running into the crowd with Aldo sitting in the probably the second or third row. McGregor making his way through the crowd to get a face-to-face confrontation with Aldo. I think this is great sort of promotion for their fight. This is probably something that's going to be played up big, for the next few months before this fight happens, showing that how much Conor McGregor really wants to get in to Jose Aldo's head. But the only problem was that Aldo no-sell the hell out of it, laughing in his face and just showing that he's not afraid of any competition coming his way. Aldo has been the featherweight champion for about almost a decade now. And only 28 years old. This is the guy who's been standing up to a whole lot of competition in UFC. He's fought big names. And Conor McGregor is a guy with a whole lot of hype behind him. But, honestly, in my mind, as this was happening, you got to know on one hand that this is sort of UFC, and this is sort of, a thing that, they're, no punches were thrown. But basically you saw with John Jones, and, who the heck did John Jones fight? In that last fight, when they had that sort of, skirmish, Daniel Cormier, where they had that, the press conference where there was the pushing and the shoving. The guy who worked UFC tried to get in the middle of it. He got thrown into the banner, and the banner fell down. This could have been really bad for UFC. Conor McGregor might be one of my favorite fighters, but this was a bad move by him. I know that, when you sit second, third row, first row at UFC, you're more likely a superstar for UFC. You're a big name. You might be a celebrity with big bucks to throw money down to sit in those seats. We've seen Stone Cold Steve Austin sitting in those seats. The Undertaker, CM Punk. Well, I guess CM Punk isn't a wrestler anymore. But, you're a guy that's got your head on your thing, but who knows? I think Conor McGregor had this plan that he was going to do this. It doesn't look like Aldo knew it was going to happen, but he was smart. I mean, what if McGregor would have ran up there to yell into Aldo's face that he was coming for him, this is going to be the next big fight for UFC, and Aldo would have slugged him, and just basically an all-out brawl would have taken place. There's no doubt in my mind that more than likely Conor McGregor is going to make a lot of money off doing this, but I think that he is probably going to have to be fined. This was very, very weird sort of situation, and I'd be very surprised if UFC ever let a situation like this ever happen again. A fighter is inside of the cage. He shouldn't be jumping out of the cage. You see a lot of emotion when guys win fights, climbing up on the cage and trying to celebrate with the crowd, but I've never seen a fighter go into the crowd before. This could have been easily a Ron Artest situation, and even though this is one of my favorite fighters in UFC, I'm very surprised that he did something like this. On one part, you gotta love it, and on the other part, this could have been really bad, really, really bad, really fast.